Alright, we're just setting up all the cars and making sure everything is good to go. Let's see. See. Do. Wow. Alright, let's make sure everything is online and running. Alright, let's see. I think we can go ahead and start the race. So I think we'll be Indianapolis today. Hopefully nothing too crazy. I think maybe 3 events today. It really depends how long this one takes. If it takes a while, we may skip and do the trucks tomorrow. So I'm going to try to do a standard event, so Indianapolis, and then a Carnage event. Get that, get that. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't figured the ticker issue out yet. I mean, we can try it again. Like, it seems to start every time. It just, for some reason, it just ends. Nothing. We start NR14 or NR13. Race. So we can see a ticker starting. And then no track loaded, that's fine so far. And then we enter into the track.
Drivers, to your cars.
Yep, so far that's working. We accelerate. I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe when I click out and then click back in, it dies. Oh, come on. So back in. I mean, we'll see if it does it this time again. It looks like Grubb, Cargo, Hannah, Green, and Barker are all the top 5. And then Haas, King, Martinez, Williams, and then a CPU Bailey car is the bottom 2 or bottom 5. So there we go with that. We can go ahead and see what we can do.
Driver.
Yep, and then it dies right away. So I'm not sure what's going on with the ticker. I'm gonna have to look to see what the update's going, or what's going on with the update. Maybe needing an update. So we will see. Let's turn on my volume. Left that on a little longer. So we'll just leave this on for now and hope it doesn't get in the way. So as we see Grub and Cargo in the lead, and see which one of these guys can get a good start. And it looks like they've got the green flag. So as of right now, it looks like Grub got a little bit of a better move, and he's on the inside, so he's definitely going to be good as he just pulls away. That's where somebody got off the gas a little bit on there, but yeah, Grub just pulled away in there. No issues in that first turn. That is definitely good, as Grub's definitely leading right now. So both him and the 51, both are doing very well in this track. So of course, looks like he got off the gas a little bit on there, and looks like Hannah in 16 was able to catch up a little bit, but it looks like he again just shot out of that turn. Either shot out of that turn, or Hannah in that 16 just got off the gas way too early. Yeah, 16 is going much slower than he did a few seconds ago. As now it looks like the Barker and Grub now 1 and 2. As again, Grub keep pulling away. I mean, we'll see if Grub or we'll see if Barker and the 54 of Cargo decide to link up together and see if they're going to catch up. We'll take a look at some of the back people. It's like Haas in the 8 is trying to move up a little bit. We got a new driver in the number 2 car, Kim. So we'll see how well he does in this. And we see Martinez and Saunders, 2 teammates that definitely don't want to be in the back together. As we see Wayne King so close to the back as well in this 20. And then, there's a little bit of touching going on right there. They were 3 wide into that corner. It looks like everybody got clean, or got out of there cleanly, but definitely looked a little dangerous with Jarvie, Srivastava, and I think the 14. Definitely keep an eye on that battle going on. You see there's still a ton of movement going on up here. We scroll up to see the top 15. Like last week's winner of Adams is currently in 13th position, trying to hold off the 17 and 31. 31 got stuck to the outside, so it looks like he's going to be going back a little bit. As the 16 again is just dropping. Hannah's currently in 11th position. It definitely does not look good for him, as he looked like he was going to go for the lead, but then just started to drop. As you can see from where he started, he is all the way in the back, or almost all the way to the back. But Barker has caught up Grub and passed him. A little teammate battle going on. We'll see if they're going to link up together and try to pull away, or see if Grub is going to want to try and take that first position back from him. And scroll this back up to the leader. It does look like Grub in that 15 did drive a little bit close to his back end. You see most of the cars have straightened out. We'll take a look at the back. Looks like Saunders in that 21 has taken over the last place. And we see a few other cars going on. Another new car in the 00 Custer. Most cars have started to stretch out, so here comes a Thorn. Looks like she's gonna try to pass the 33 of Weber. Definitely has a help by Bishop in the 12, but it doesn't look like she's gonna bring along the 12 car. He has now the 11, and J King is getting stuck on the outside as well. We'll keep an eye on that, as we do have a little bit of battling going on up here. As Brooks looks like he's trying to move up along with Adams. It looks like Adams moving a little bit farther back in that 23. As right now Grubb and Barker and Grubb right now look like they've pulled away. And they're about a second right now on second place, or third place. Yeah, about second, almost second and a half. As now it's Guerrero in the 18 now is battling the 54 of Cargo, and the 18 had the help by the 42 of Green. Now Green definitely needs to have a good showing today, but he's not had the greatest season. As we see Cargo in that 54 going on the inside of Guerrero in that for that 5th position. He's not getting any help, at least not right now. Though the 42 did help him a little bit, but on that straightaway he jumps right back to that outside to help Guerrero in the 18, which pushed him. And now he's able to close that door, at least for this lap. We see the 2 leaders right now. Looks like the 6 has caught him a little bit, things like 0.3. But it doesn't look like he's going to catch them, at least not quickly without any help. So we'll need to definitely keep an eye on him, as he is slowly catching up to them. And we take a look, looks like there's some battling going on for last place with Walker Jr. and Saunders in that 21. Definitely not a hard battle these two want to be in right now for last place, as I know Walker Jr. definitely had a great start to this year, but has slowly drifted off and has had multiple strings of bad luck. And we see 25, seeing if Yates can pass the number 5 of Williams. He has help by the 32 of Baxter. And it looks like being on the outside with a group of 4 cars is definitely going to get past Williams in that 5 car. We take a look at some of the other battles going on. Looks like Shrivastava is looking on the inside of Parker in that 38 car. Definitely know that inside line is a little bit faster than the outside line. But it looks like the 38 was able to stay a little bit ahead of him in that 7. But it looks like the 7 did have to let off the gas a bit. We take a look at top 20 battles going on. Ward looks like he's jumping to the inside of the 84 of Emerson. He has the help of the 55 of O'Brien, but was not able to get past the 84. We are looking through his top 20, or actually top 17 battle. So the 69 looked like he had a decent start, but has started to drop back. As they're going 3 wide right here with Weber in the middle. Definitely not where he wants to be, as you saw him just going back and forth almost like a little ping pong ball. Definitely ended fine, but that's 3 wide here at Indianapolis is not where anybody wants to be. So we see Adams now and trying to get back into the top 10, trying to pass the 3 of Walker Sr., who's again looking for a good finishing position. Definitely needs to get back to a top finishing to see if he can come in and try to have a good finish in the point standings. as we do see Grubb and Barker are still leading. It doesn't look like Grubb right now is trying to pass Barker in that 51. Looks like they, for the most part, are linking up. It looks like the 6 have slowly stabilized and actually caught up a little bit more. He's under a second now, as they've basically pulled to 3 seconds ahead of 4th place in that 18. It looks like Grubb almost looked to the inside of Barker. He's still there. Yeah, trying to look. It looks like he's realizing that the 51 of Barker isn't going to be able to keep the speed to keep that 6 car back. And again, he's looking to that inside. And every time he's looking to the inside, it's going to slow these 2 cars down just a little bit and allowing that 6 car pitch to catch up just a little bit more. We'll see if he cut down the spacing more, as he did about about a tenth of a second. We take a look at some of the other races going on in the back. I mean, for the most part, most cars have already stretched out, but there is a few battles going on. Every now and then there's a 3 wide, so definitely not what they want to do. As we see Walker Jr. or Walker Sr. looks like he's dropping back a little bit. As Bishop in that 12 is trying to pass him. And it looks like he may be able to. The Weber does jump out and try to push Walker Sr. It looks like the 16 and the 42 almost touch. There's some movement going on back here with Jay King. Looks like Ward is trying to get past that 69 car, trying to get up into higher positions. He's trying to get into the top 20. I mean, he has not had the greatest couple of races either. We go back towards the front. Looks like the pitch in that 6 car has slowly caught up to them. Looks like he's lost about a tenth of a second, but I think this lap he was able to catch up. It looks like Grubb has fallen back a little bit from Barker. Yeah, it looks like this lap pitch may be able to catch up to them in the 6 car. As there is a caution. Oh, it looks like there is something going on. As we can take a look, it looks like Emerson definitely... this is not what Emerson wanted. He has had probably the worst year so far. So we take a look. Yeah, it looks like he just cuts down on the 57 of, I think, Tyler. And, I mean, there's nowhere for Tyler to go. And then right there, it's basically... It's just Emerson trying to keep it out of the wall, but there's no way to keep that out of the wall. It hits the wall and just goes right back into the 14. I mean, there's nowhere for the 14 to go. And it's somehow all 5 or 6 of those cars just split these 2 cars. And then everybody else just barely misses Emerson as they're able to go inside and outside. Yeah, so definitely not what Emerson wanted to see in the 84. Definitely has not had the greatest year. And then Gonzalez, who is pretty decently a newcomer, so he's trying to show sponsors and everything that, you know, he can drive. So does look like his day is probably over. I think mostly all of both of those guys' days are done. As we scroll up, so we'll definitely see if the 51 of Barker and 15 of Grubb are going to be able to get a good restart. As for the most part, looks like that wreck really only was 2 people. Looks like maybe there's some thinking on where everybody needs to go. We can fast forward a little bit because I don't think wreck wasn't too bad. It looks like there is some pit stops going on. Nothing too crazy, as everybody's just trying to get back to where they go. So 55 is just speeding up. We'll definitely see. It looks like Barker was able to get out back into first place. It looks like Pitch and then Guerrero and then maybe Cargo. Really, they're still thinking about where everybody's trying to go. It looks like Grove actually did get back out quicker, but for whatever reason he did not leave the pits, or at least get out of the pit lane fast enough. So for the most part, it looks like at least the top three, nobody moved, no changes. I'm not sure where Guerrero was, Cargo, and then all the rest of these guys. And we take a look at some last place. Definitely not where these two wanted to be. Martinez and Saunders. So two teammates in first and second, and then two teammates in basically the last two running positions. So it looks like these two basically got two free positions at least. And then we kind of scroll up to see some of the other cars in the lead, or on this lead lap. I feel like there has been a ton of movement. We still have about one lap to go before, or at least 2 laps to go before the green flag. So I think after this event we'll probably try to do an exhibition event. Trying to think about which one to do, whether we're doing like a carnage event or something else. And then after that, depending on how late it is, not sure, it's about what, 11:30, at least where I'm at. And then maybe try to do one of the truck events. I mean, there's only one car in the truck event right now, so we will see. And definitely not a great truck either, so might be an interesting race to say the least. Maybe we will definitely have to see, as definitely the car, I think Pitch will be driving the truck car, but he's so far back in the points because he's starting on week 13, so same week as this one. So he's basically going for experience and trying to earn a little bit of extra cash for his team. So you see the pace car coming around. Hopefully this is the last, hopefully next one's the last lap so we can get back to racing. We can just take a quick look. So yeah, it looks like Emerson pulled out after Gonzalez, so he will not be last place at least. So no, Indianapolis is definitely an interesting track to go to with its 4 corners. I definitely had to do a lot of editing to keep all the cars out of the corners. For a lot of test races, cars would hit the corners or the side of the exit of the pits and basically cause crashes all the time. So we might try that next or after this, and see how they would have done with I think it's the difficulty at like 110, and they are just bouncing off the walls. We do see that this will be the last lap for this caution. So take a look. Looks like no more movement. Nobody had to run into the pits, and no blown engines so far. We are coming to a green flag. So we're in lap 18 of 48, so we got about 30 laps to go. We will see. Also, does everybody see, like, the chat should be trick-or-treating on the bottom left? Looks a little small. I don't know if anybody can read that. May have to make that a little bit bigger in the future races. And I'm looking at it on a phone and it's kind of tiny, and I think on a computer it might be fine, but on the phone it's tiny. May have to change the chat feature a little bit to make it readable. I mean, I could make it bigger, but then it might take up some of the screen. Definitely don't want to do that, but we'll see what goes on. As the pace car is starting to enter pit road, and we are ready to go green for lap 19. And we'll definitely see what Barker and Grubb in the 51 and 15, see what they can do. As we get the green flag, and it looks like Barker got a great start, as he did pull away a little bit, but the 6 is right there with the 15, as he's on the inside trying to get past him. Looks like Guerrero is basically picking whoever is on the bottom to push through, as the 6 does get past him. It looks like Grubb may have gotten onto the gas a little bit late at that restart, as he does drop back a little bit. As like Cargo thought about going 3 wide with that 18 of Guerrero. Looks like Guerrero's definitely going slow as well. So remember, all these guys should have fresh tires. It looks like Grubb finally got up to speed fully, and Cargo in that 54 had to back off a bit. As we see Adams and Brooks coming up, trying to pass the 29 of Torres. I know Brooks has had a decent showing overall this season. I know he started a little bit later than most cars, but he is definitely in the running for a driver's championship if he continues to do well. As we do see Grubb now trying to get his position back from Guerrero in that 18. Not able to get it that turn, but he may be able to jump down in one of these turns coming up. Take a look at some of the back racing going on. There's actually a lot of racing going on. This is 33 and 21 touch. It looks like the 21 is just going, I don't want to finish last this race. Definitely want to keep being hired, so I need to start racing better. As the 0 and the 1 kind of link together and just catch up to this group right here. As Williams continues to drop back in that 5 car, and then the new driver in this 2 car, this of Kim, looks like he is dropping back as well. As that group is starting to fall away from the main pack of cars. As we see Tyler, who was sort of involved in that previous wreck, still racing, trying to get a top 20 position. Definitely probably trying to stay out of the harm's way, at least for a little while. As we see Walker Sr. in that 3 car still falling back. Though he is still trying to go for a top 20 position, but still he's falling back. We take a look at some of the top 20 battles going on. Looks like the 17 is falling back a bit, but we'll see what he can do. As here comes Grubb in that 15, trying to get his spot back from Guerrero, and he does actually get it back, looked like pretty easily. And now looks like he has the sets on trying to get past the 6 car, who still has not had a chance to catch back or catch up to 51 of Barker. Though it looks like the 18 of Guerrero isn't going to go away that quickly, as he may have gotten a big push by the 80 of Brooks and is right on the tail of the 15. And if these guys don't try to battle each other, I don't see any reason why these three cannot catch up to Pitch and the 51 of Barker. But we will have to see. We take a look at a top 10 race going on here with Cargo, who dropped back a little bit and is trying to get back up to speed and probably get into a drafting lane. As last week's winner of Adams is now just trying to get or position himself to be able to catch up and become the leader. Take a look. Looks like looks like Walker Senior in that 3 car definitely dropping back. So not sure what is going on with him. As the 9 of Jarvie is also trying to catch up to everybody, trying to keep a top 30 position. Bowers in that 05 car is trying to get past the 3 of Walker Jr. or Walker Sr., and he's just trying to close that door. Was not able to on that one or that turn, but looks like he will be able to on this turn as long as he gets. Yeah, it looks like he does get down to the apron, and the 05 is not going to be able to get there, at least not that lap. Yes, it looks like Grubb has pulled far away from Guerrero and Brooks. May have been some battling going on, which let him pull away. Now, as we do see Saunders in that 21 is starting to move up. He's probably shooting for a top 30 position. As we see Kim in this 2 car falling back. Definitely a step up from the racing that he was doing earlier this season. And then we see Walker Sr. still dropping back a little bit. We'll definitely keep an eye on him, see what's going on with his car. So we see Adams in that 23. Looking like he's getting passed by a couple of cars. Though it does look like Pitch caught up to the 51 of Barker and passed him. And then Barker's just going to be pushing him. Looking for a lane to catch up or lane to pass. As he is right there. Not sure if he's going to try to pass him cleanly or what. Or if he's just waiting for Grubb in the 15, his teammate, to catch up and then make his move. Because right now these top 3 are just pulling away. As they're 2 seconds away from 4th place. As Grubb in that 15 has caught up to these top 2 cars. We take a look at the a couple of races going on in the back. So overall, it has been a pretty decently clean race, other than that one accident. As we're on lap 27 of 48. So we still got plenty of time to go for some of these guys to make a move. Do we see the 42 trying to get past that 23 car? And again, looks like they are staying steady in front of the 4th place car. As Barker in that 51 is just looking for his chance to try to pass that 6 car. He definitely has help by his teammate in the 15. So it looks like the 15 may try to pass Barker. I mean, he thought about it, but could not get it, at least not that turn. So that little attempt pass did let the 6 pull away a bit. But it's still at least any of those 3 cars race. We take a look at about a top 30 race right here with the Walker Senior. Seems to be continues to drop back. I mean, he has been able to stay in front of that 05 car who was attempting to pass him earlier, but may not be able to pass him much or be able to stay in front much longer. As we do see Guerrero in the 18 get passed by Thorne. Like she's trying to move up as well. She's got a top 6 or in 6th place right now. And it looks like the 51 of Barker has passed the 6 and just really pulled away. Didn't bring his teammate, but it looks like his teammate is right on the bumper. He's going for the inside, but was not able to get it that turn. So definitely a lot of movement in this front, these front 3, but really only within themselves, as they're still 2 seconds ahead of that 4th place car of Brooks. As we get to lap 31 of 48. As we see Martinez trying to get past Walker Jr. So Walker Jr. definitely took that turn really high, leaving his left side wide open for Haas in that 8 car. May be able to bring that number 2 of Kim with him. As we see, there is some battle going on for these top 20 positions. Weber and Tyler in that 57 is at the back of that pack, trying to see if he can move up and also trying to stay out of trouble. That 20 of Wayne King is following that 31 of Sheets back bumper extremely close. Trying to get past the 31 of Sheets to get just pushes to get next to that 10 car to see if he can get another position. Yeah, it looks like King has decided to try to back the 10 car of Ward, with the 55 O'Brien deciding he's going to see if he can push the 31. And there goes Sheets. And then, almost taps with the 10 and the 55. The 10 is trying to go into the pits, it looks like. Definitely could have caused some issues there, as most of the pack has decided to take their second pit stop of the day right now. It could have definitely ended very badly. So we take a look at a few cars that have decided to stay out. So Grubb has decided to stay out, not pit with his teammate or second place of pitch. I'm sure they will be going in the pits this lap. As we see them slowing down the day, yeah, it looks like they are all coming in on this lap. So nobody wants to stay out. But definitely good. It looks like for the most part, everybody on this this pit stop has stayed clean. So we'll definitely see a green flag pit stop having, or seeing what happens now. Or staying out for the extra lap may come back to bite Grubb in the back, especially during green flag pit stops. We'll see what happens. But I believe he's probably going to go a lap down at least. We see 80 coming. Brooks looks like he does get out ahead of the 80, but the 80 is already up to speed and is passing him. So we'll definitely keep an eye on as the leader should be coming up shortly. As here comes Barker. So we'll see what happens there. So probably not what some of these drivers definitely wanted to see. Looks like everybody is up to speed, so nobody's pulling out in front of anybody. Still not up to speed. At least for the most part, 17 still doesn't look like he's fully up to speed. As Williams is trying to pass him. And jumps that inside. So he's going to try to pull along that 20 of Wayne King. You see the top 20 battle here. You see Walker Jr. in 29th position. There's definitely some lapped cars getting stuck in the middle of the pack. You know, a lot of those pack cars right now are just hoping for a caution flag at any point now. And as we see, Brooks has finally gotten to second place, Pitch in third, and then Thorne in fourth. We'll see if these two are able to catch up to the leaders. As there are a few lapped cars right now. Take a look. Actually, are there any lapped cars? Actually, there are no lapped cars. That's interesting. Oh well. Ooh, as the 00 almost touches the 21 of Saunders. As we scroll through to see. Alright, so yeah, it looks like Grubb is in 5th place currently. So he does have some work to do to catch back up. And then as we can see, for the most part, the entire pack has stretched out. It's pretty much stretched out. As we are lap 37 of 48. So there are a few cars that are going to be trying to make a few moves at the end of this race. A few packs. Looks like the 55 of I think O'Brien is starting to fall back a little bit. They're going 3 wide of entering this corner. As they do touch, and there goes 55. This is why you do not go 3 wide. He's back into the pack. So this is definitely why you do not go 3 wide. There's almost a few cars slamming into the back of him. The 25 of Reeves. Because it looks like everybody stayed out of trouble for the most part. And for the most part, it doesn't look like too many people got any damage. As we can rewind and see exactly what happened. Basically, they got 3 wide, and you just don't go 3 wide here at Indianapolis. I think a few cars have gotten away with it, but this time, yeah, the 24 just keeps going up, and the 17 has nowhere to go and just clips the 55. So not a whole lot the 55 could do. And then the 24 slides up and just hits hard into the side of Weber. And then, of course, at least the pack, for the most part, had passed these guys. So with that 55 sliding into the track, could have definitely had a could have definitely been really, really bad. But for the most part, it looks like everybody else stayed out of trouble. The 32 of Baxter definitely had a very close one, almost slamming into the back of the 55. You fast forward to see if anybody else decides to take any pits. We got 10 laps to go, so definitely a lot of racing to go. Doesn't look like too many people have gone into the pits, not even the 55 who was involved in that issue. So 55 definitely dropped back to 37th and then 38th with Reeves. We definitely have a couple laps to go. So we're gonna have a short green flag once this yellow flag is over with. And currently right now, Barker in that 51 is definitely the car to beat right now, as he took the lead and for the most part has not given it up. He definitely has the 80 of Brooks right behind him. I know Brooks is looking for another win. I think he has 2 wins. He has 2 wins in a row earlier. He is definitely a speedway driver, so he's definitely very good here at Indianapolis. So definitely looking out for him. We do have the pitch car who has shown he can definitely win at speedways as well. And then the 0 who... I think this is one of the first times I've seen her up in the lead. And then of course Grubb in that 15 who was running first for a couple laps and then second for a ton of laps. So I think he's trying to get back and put himself in a position to either win or at least help his teammate out to win. And then we see a bunch of the other cars, at least the top 20, are all ready and definitely in a position to win. As we have at least 2 more laps to go, at least on caution. It does not look like it was too bad of a wreck. I think it was 3 cars, but they're definitely going to clean the track and get us back to racing soon. As we're on lap 40 of 48, we have 8 laps to go. Definitely an interesting race. Looks like for the most part, yeah, nobody had to pull out of the race. Yes, nobody really hit that much or that hard against the wall or had any head-on collisions. So it's definitely good for the drivers who have a good finish this week. As we come to the line to see, are we going to have another caution flag or another caution lap, or will this be the last one coming up? So there are no lapped cars down, which definitely interesting to see, but means no double file restart. And there has only been 2 cautions so far, so overall it's been a very clean race. As a 51 takes lap 41, as pace car shows us that we now are on the last caution lap. So we take over. It was very actually long. It's a decently long track with its interesting setup. So we take a look at our spectator camera, and we can see what the fans can see. As we see the inside and outside fencing, so that fans can sit on either side. As we are starting to get ready for the green flag. Hopefully the last caution flag of the day. Depending on if there's another one, how early it is. Maybe one of the first races that end under caution. But we'll definitely have to see. Overall, clean race, two wrecks, but definitely a good race, a lot of movement. As the pace car comes in and a 51 of Barker comes to the green flag, we'll see if he gets a good start versus that 80 of Brooks. It looks like both of them actually got a very good start as they pull away from the 6 a little bit. And then here comes the 80 to the inside of the 51 of Barker, as he's trying to take the lead at the end of this race. As the 6 also gets pushed to the outside, and he starts to get passed as well. Looks like Grubb is in that group of 3 that are trying to pass these 2 leaders. And it looks like Green in that 42 is also going to try to join that low group. The 6 is trying to cut the 42 off. As the 42 just kind of pushes him out back out to the outside. And it looks like it gave him enough room that he's going to be able to get to the inside, at least on this corner. As the 51 right now is still trying to get past that 0 of Thorne. As now he is stuck on the outside Barker in that 51. And all the while, all these guys are racing. That 80 is just starting to pull away. There was a ton of movement on that restart. It looks like for the most part they have all jumped back into the line. As now the 15 and 4 and 51 are now back together, but they are 2 cars back behind the leader. As now the 15 of Grubb has to try to pass the 0 of Thorne. He definitely does have some help behind him. As he looked like he tried to go the inside, but Thorne was right there to block off that attempt. As Thorne now is caught up to the 80 of Brooks. As we have a 44 of 48, starting to run out of time if anybody's going to make a big move to the lead. As right now Brooks is leading. Basically that restart just caused him to catch up, as here comes Grubb in that 15. Definitely got a run entering that corner, but was not able to make that stick. As the 51 of Barker has decided to see he's going to try his hand at passing the 15 and maybe trying to see if he's going to be able to get past that 0. Of course, while they're trying to pass, as he's trying to pass the 15, he's got a line behind him that may have his teammate out hanging out to dry, and he's stuck to the outside. It looks like 6 in that pitch car has decided to go with him. Does not look like that was the greatest idea, as the 42 looks like he's going to pass him. There is some movement. Barker's still trying to get past his teammate in that 15. So finally it looks like he has backed off. And with that, it looks like the 80 has pulled away even more. And then the 0 Thorn has also pulled away. And it looks like Barker again now is starting to get stuck to the outside with Green, and then Torres in that 29 also getting brought along with him. And again, Pitch in that 6 also getting stuck to that outside and continuing to fall. So if some of these guys don't start getting to that inside line, they can still continue to fall back. We take a look at Brooks. As he takes lap 47 of 48. And then Green is leading this second group of cars, seeing if he can catch up, move up a couple more positions. He is in top 4 position. And it finally looks like for the most part a lot of movement has settled down for at least the top drivers, as we're on lap 47 of 48. But right now Brooks definitely has a decent lead on second place. I mean, Grubb has caught up to Thorn. We will see if he's going to be able to get past Thorn, but it does look like Brooks in this 80 has a decently sizable lead. As he comes and he takes the white flag. Though it doesn't look like anybody's going to catch this 80, though Thorn did have a decent run entering that corner. So this may be a close finish. Really depends how this 80 car enters this corner, as it looks like he did enter it fine as he's exiting the corner and then entering in this last corner. And it does look like he will stay in front of Thorn in that 0 car. And will take the win. So here comes 80 and Brooks basically out of nowhere towards the end of the race, and just passes the leaders. So we take a look at some of the other cars. So definitely a good race for Brooks. In the 80 car, definitely trying to make a run at the end of the year for that drivers championship, and definitely looking to try to get himself a owners championship as well. So we take a look at the final standings. Brooks wins with Thorn right behind him, and then Grubb, Green, Barker are the top 10. Torres, Pitch, Ward, Bishop, Guerrero, top 10, and then the rest of the racing. We take a look at the last 2 cars, Emerson and Gonzalez. So really the only hard wreck was early in the race, taking out Emerson, who really wanted a good finish this week. Definitely not what he wanted to see. And then Gonzalez finishing last place. Definitely not what he wanted to see. Whatever. I don't know, 14 maybe? It doesn't really matter. And yeah, looks like Kibble lost 31 positions. Harding 69. Alright, now we gotta think. What can we do for a Carnage event? See if I can get this to start. I'm gonna pull that away. Alright, so let's go. I think we'll do Indianapolis again, but this time we'll do a little Carnage event. Alright, let's take a look. And let's try this for an Indianapolis. This should be very interesting. Probably a lot of wrecks. Yeah, let me try to take this away. Back. And we'll put this all the way up to 110. And we'll do 48 laps. Shouldn't be too long till most cars are gone. Alright, so here we go.
Drivers, to your
Load
cars.
a little bit. Fast forward to qualifying. Looks like Kimmel in 69 qualified first place. We'll see if he's there for very long.
Drivers,
We just grab random.
Start your engines.
Don't think we'll need that for now. Hopefully nobody blows their engine on the first, or the caution, or the pace lap. Looks like everybody's moving. That's definitely good. So put the difficulty all the way to 110, which basically makes them slam against the wall almost every turn. At least once they're up to speed. And then I turn drafting distance to 0.9. So they should be basically right on the back end of each other. As we see Thorne in the 0 on that outside lane. And then Barker again for top 4. Actually 2 teammates right there in the 15 and the 51. So we'll definitely see how long everybody lasts getting there. We've left cautions on, but oh well, that'll try to bunch everybody back up. As we see the start, looks like the 69 got a great run on the 0 of Thorne. And as the 2 teammates are starting to work together, hopefully. As they get pushed all the way outside, kind of going bumping into them. As again, multiple cars bumping that outside lane. We're about 186, probably 189 once they get to the end. I think 184. As they enter this turn very hard. And there they go, slamming into the wall. Looks like somebody got turned. Oh, there's Adams pulling right in front. Hard hit. And it just everybody packing up. Multiple cars. And then as we scroll up, see if there's any more movement going on at this front. As they do race back to the line. But it does look like everybody else was able to stay out of trouble. So as we do see Hannah has some heavy front end damage, we can go see what exactly happened. I think we all know what happened. As we took, it looks like it was 80. Brooks took that corner super high. Yeah, him and I don't know who you are. 55 O'Brien, I think. And the same with the 23. We take a look at the 23. Hard into the wall, and he's going to basically come right back up into this pack of cars. Nowhere for anybody to go. As he's sliding, he's almost about to hit his teammate right there in that 6, but instead hits hard into that 31 of, I think, Sheets. And here comes Haas in that 8, slamming hard into the front of the green, that 42. As right now there is nowhere for anybody to go, except basically down. But it's super hard to stop a car going, 100 miles an hour. Ooh, heavy damage to Bishop. Though for the most part, it looks like, other than the couple of cars, everybody else stayed relatively clean. As we can fast forward a bit to get back to live. So this will help bunch everybody back up and see if we can get some good wrecks. Those look like everybody did get into the pits cleanly. Looks like the 55 O'Brien definitely has a ton of work to do. As we are starting to catch up to the leader. Look, there was a couple of cars that did not go into the pits. It looks like Walker Sr. pulling off that hood of his. Try to get him back into the race. As there's some confusion on where everybody's going to go. We can take a look at... Looks like we dropped, what, 5 cars. So green, last place. Sheets, Adams, Hannah, or Haas, and then Hannah. We scroll up to pace car, and let's see if we can get to the green flag a little bit sooner. We take a look. Here's everybody where they are starting. So currently Mass in the 17 car is leading. He probably is in the best position for the most part away from everybody. Unless he has a bad green flag start. If he has a bad green flag start, he is probably getting turned. And actually it doesn't even matter if he has a bad green flag start. Most of these cars get so fast into the corner that if they're too wide, that outside car basically slams into the wall. Which is definitely interesting. As they are coming around to get the green flag. As you can see where that's looks like those safer barriers kind of come out a little bit. That's basically exactly where those cars that are on the outside slam into. I think if those barriers were gone, I think they would not slam into the wall so much. May have to look for like a early 90s Indianapolis without all those barriers and see if they can run at 110. It's definitely nice to see them running full speed instead of having to slow them down a little bit. As the 17 takes the green flag, it looks like he definitely does get a start on that 57. As they enter the corner, definitely has a ton of space. Those looks like 29 has decided to come into the pit stop right now. Not sure why you wanted to come to the pits right now, as that 5 is stuck on the outside. Not where she wants to be right now. And she almost touches the wall. As there's a little bit of more going on. They're for the most part up to speed, 186 into the corner. And the Weber is definitely not going where he wants to go. So there's somebody spinning in the front. And actually, that was the leaders. As there is nowhere for anybody to go. Somebody's flipping. Oh, new guy's flipping. No, he's dead. Custer's dead after his second race. So let's see what happened to Custer, as he is just flipping. Actually, if you take a look, oh, yep, Saunders is gone. I mean, he is going 160 into the wall and sticks. Oh, he's stuck and gone. And then again, the number 1 flipping, but not as bad as Mr. New Guy. Let's take a cockpit view. Full speed. Oh my goodness. And he lands on his wheels. That's always good. See, look how much he is spinning. Yeah, and then as you can see, the start of it happened basically to 57 hard into that safer barrier. And then Saunders, that 21, nowhere to go. And then he's going to lead that 1 car and himself into that inside lane super hard. And then the 51 of Barker, hard hits in the front. Looks like he's going to live though, as the 57 just kind of spins back into the pack. Oh, and then the J King in that 11 just slams hard into that safer barrier a little bit. And this is nowhere for anybody to go. And then there, the 000 goes. Guerrero comes down, Pitch trying to miss that wreck. Turning him, he slides back into the path, or into the path of some of these oncoming cars. Let's see, is anybody gonna hit him? I think everybody for the most part is going down to the bottom. Oh, here comes Baxter in that 33 hard into the front. That might have ended Pitch in that 6 cars day. And of course 4 going hard into the wall. So a ton of cars in this one right here. So we now fast forward. Oh, what happened to you? You had a little bit extra. Oh, it looks like the 33 of Weber was trying to get into the pits and Bishop trying to get back out and just clips each other. And when at least 12 missed that center wall. Well, Weber hits it a little bit and then he ends up hitting the 57. So definitely not what either one of these cars wanted to see after that wreck. As we fast forward, trying to get back to live for a couple of these cars that are now going in the pits. Looks like everybody got in clean. So that's fine. And we are back with the pace car. There are a couple of cars trying to figure out where to go. But everybody else now is back up. As we take a look at the wreck now. Oh yeah, we have, what do we got? We got 27 cars left. Surprisingly, no cars a lap down, so either you're out or you were able to get back into the, get from the pits back out. Looks like Pitch, who had that hard front end hit, ended up coming back in. Wayne King, Walker Jr., oh, Tyler, Saunders definitely out. Double Zero, yeah, he's definitely out. He might be dead. So we fast forward so we can get to the racing again. We're at lap 10 of 48. As we take a look, the 69 of Kimmel leading, and then the newcomer Kim in that 2 car in second place. And then of course Mass in that 17 car. He actually only dropped 3 positions, but he at least didn't slam into the wall like half these guys did. Well, the 14 looks like he was able to get fixed up a little bit, as they do catch or go get the green flag. Kimmel at 69 definitely gets a good start. So we kind of want to see what's going to go on in the back as they're exiting the corner. Not fully up to speed, so definitely can make that corner pretty easily. So we heading into the second corner. Looks like everybody for the most part got out of that corner pretty good. But I'm thinking this pack right here is going to cause an issue. 170 extra, they might not be able to keep the speed up to do it. So it looks like the 25 is pushing that all alone, slamming into something. Of course, there is something going on up here in the front. Oh my goodness. How did all of those cars miss? Of course, we do have an issue with the 55. I know you guys all saw that as well. Actually, yep. The 7 and the 55. And that's just putting him straight into that wall. And ending his day. Take a look at some of these guys. Anybody else going to have a bad day? Looks like for the most part everybody's stayed clean. That was kind of an uneventful crash right there. So let's go ahead and accelerate. You don't really need to watch that. Definitely O'Brien is gone. Walker Sr.'s gone, so it looks like he had some front end damage. A little extra front end damage. He was already damaged in the front end. So we have 25 cars left. And then we have the 56 of Davis leading right now. Didn't see him at all. But it looks like he is going to get a good start. Actually, 12 of Bishop, who has not had the greatest day, is actually up in 5th place. So it's interesting to see a damaged car getting up all the way to 5th place. We take a look. For the most part, it doesn't look like anybody's missing any hoods. So it looks like either you crash and you get out, or you just get a couple bumps. As we come towards almost green flag, as we are on lap 15 of 48, this might be a very long race, depending on how quickly people get or lead or get knocked out. We take a look at 56 in first place, coming to the green flag. And then the 05, 15, 68, and 12. And they get the green flag. Doesn't look like Davis got the greatest start. So the 05 and 15 are right there as the 15 takes that inside line of the 05. See if he's going to push him up. He's definitely got to be careful being on the outside. See, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to finish him on that turn. So I think this turn is one that he definitely has to be careful in. If the 05 goes into the wall, he's going to clip him even before he goes into the wall. But overall, stays clean. Like everybody stayed clean, at least for that turn. As the 05 is now going to try to pass to 15. See if he's going to push him to the outside. He is... Oh! He just turned right in front of the 15. He did not want to be beside him. As there is a wreck going on here. Oh! The 80 slams into the back of the 6. Very hard. It was a 4. Heavy front end damage. We see, looks like 0 stayed clean there. Oh, hard hit by the 69. Somebody was going slow. Was that the 7 that was just going extremely slow, and then the 69 had nowhere to go but to slam into him? We take a look at the main crash. So that 69 car slammed hard into the back of somebody. We take a look at what started this crash. Wind a little bit, scroll up. Actually, it started even before them slamming into the corner. 38 and the 12 hard hitting, and then that just pushed the 38 into the 4, and then the 4 is just going to come up, clip the 12, and for the most part just be in the way. Hard into the back of the 12. 18 and 2 are trying to get out the way. They're for most they are. And then the 80 just comes in, just barreling in, slams into the back of the 6. We take a look at the roof. As he starts to see some smoke and just tries to jump to the inside. Basically blind, and then jumps down to get out of the way with the 38, and then the 6 is pulling back up and just nowhere to go as he just slides back up into the pack and hard into everybody else. As we fast forward back to live, it looks like most cars are going to jump into the pits. Might as well. So we're lap 19 of 48. As we take a look, there are some retired cars. Go ahead and fast forward a couple of laps. And it looks like we are down to 20 cars left. It was Davis. He was leading earlier. As now it looks like two teammates, Grubb and Barker, are back in the lead. And then we have Thorne right there with him. Or with them. We take a look, looks like Pitch was able to come back out even after that hard hit in the back. Ton of drivers still in this race. We're down to 20, so we're about 50% done. So we will see if Parker or Barker and Grubb in these team tandem, if they're going to stay clean with each other. They might actually bump each other going into some of these turns. So you definitely do not want to be on the outside, as Grubb gets a great start and just pulls away from everybody. Though we can hardly get through one lap without anybody crashing into somebody. As we see Emerson getting a great start, passing the 18 and just sliding right beside the 0 of Thorn. And right there trying to pass Barker. Yeah, that 84 is flying. Not sure why he's flying. As we see Barker is stuck to the outside. Is he going to be able to kid it? It looks like he saved it. Did everybody else save it? As they're almost going 3 wide. Looks like everybody saved it. So Thorne was able to keep Emerson in that 84 back. Though here comes the 84 again. Pushing, push Thorne into the outside. Causing her to slam into the wall. And there goes the 68 and 7. The 68 sliding, into the track. Now what you want to do is we do see some heavy damage by the 56. You scroll up, there's some battling going on here as the 9 goes into the wall. Almost gets turned, but was saved by the 10. Everybody here was able to save. As Grubb, for the most part, completely safe. In first place, nobody was able to catch up or catch him. So as we take a look and see what happened to the 68. Alright, so yeah, looks like Kim just got turned around, hitting the 05. And not able to save that there. Those 68 sliding up in the 56, nowhere to go. Hard hit. And then the 7 trying to get low, couldn't get low enough. Slammed hard in the back of the 68. But everybody else was able to stay up. Ooh, 56 heavy front end damage. See if he's able to get back in. I believe that was everything crazy that happened. We can take a look here. As Yates slamming into the wall. Yeah, turning the 17 again. The 9 of Jarvie almost hard turning, but was able to hit the 10. Was able to get back into the race without spinning. So definitely using an opponent for his advantage. Because again, most cars will be going into the pits, because why not? So we take a look again. There's like Davis, 60 or 56, and 68 of Bailey out. Srivastasa's gone. So we are up to 17 cars right now. So we are getting there. We take a look. Looks like this time it will be Parker in the 38 that will have a good start. Well, hopefully a good start. He has 2 cars behind him that look heavily damaged. 3 cars. So we'll see if he's able to keep those cars behind him and see if he's able to get a good start. As they get the green flag, look, the top 3 cars got a good start from there. And here comes the 14. Looks like the 38 did not get a good start at all. As the 99 and 14 both are trying to pass him. Here's Guerrero on the outside or the inside of the 6. Definitely want to let them go as soon as they can, just so that they're not on the outside once he. Oh, is the 84 is flipping? Not sure what is going on there. Though we will take a look there as they're going to race back to the line. You know, Emerson in that 84, hard hit. As we see, it looks like everybody was able to live through that turn. As they're trying to get back to the start and finish line and just slow down. Hope there's no, dead cars in the middle of the track. As they do get back to the line. As we see Thorne, definitely probably the end of her day. And probably definitely the end of Emerson's day. As Emerson. Yeah, so it looks like Emerson's starting to slide up. Not sure if he didn't see Thorne in that 0. But he just takes both of them into the wall. And then he just starts flipping. So definitely his fault, and then Thorne trying to get out of the way ends up clipping the 25 of Yates, and oh, there's Grubb, I think, in the 15, hard hit in the back of the 84. So it looks like there goes that team tandem right there. Looks like Yates was able to get going. We'll see if Grubb in this 15 is going to be able to get going again. As we take a look at the roof view. Not sure if he just didn't see her. And then over he goes. Sliding, knocking the camera out a little bit. So definitely a scary ride for him. And then there's the back getting hard hit. So yeah, hopefully he is okay. Hopefully Emerson is okay in that 84. Looks like for the most part everybody else was able to stay clean. But probably a couple more cars dropping out of the race. We take a look. Looks like we do have a car lap down. Looks like Emerson is definitely out. I don't know why he hasn't pulled out of the race yet. Looks like we are down to 14 cars. Looks like Yates will be the back of this leading, or the last car running right now. We are on 30, so we do have only 18 laps to go. At least 2 more caution laps. Oh, it looks like Grubb finally pulled out of the race as well. Looks like he is done for the day. Oh no. Need to fast forward a little too much. As, oh, there goes the 24, turned and almost takes the 9 with him. So he was able to stay at the bottom. So that is enough to get a caution flag. Looks like that was all that happened. As they are racing back to the line. Guerrero does take that outside lane very high, and then the 2 looks like he got a little bit scared, thinking that somebody's going to turn into him, and goes way below that white line. Doesn't look like that was hard enough really to take out the 24 from the race. So we will probably be, so he will probably be back. So it looks like Ward was leading, but looks like during that set of pit stops, he is now all the way in the back, even behind the guy who had to fix his freaking car. But I guess Ward had to fix his car as well. So we are up to Bowers in the 05 that is leading. I'm sure somebody who's basically the luckiest car is going to be able to win this race. We're on lap 37. We do have about 10 laps to go. It's really been basically one, maybe two green flag laps, and then what, maybe three caution laps, and 1 to 2 green flag laps, and 3 caution laps. So for the most part, it has been just a caution race. Everybody crashes, and then they scrunch back up. Everybody races a little bit, crashes, scrunches back up. As we come to the green flag, probably won't be the last one. Yeah, it looks like the 05 definitely got a run on that damaged damaged 9 car. The 9 is catching right back up. And it looks like Guerrero in that 18 definitely is not fully working, as he's definitely going much slower. Take a look at some of these cars in the back, seeing who's going to try to go too wide, because definitely too wide corners do not work. Looks like Barker is going to be one of them that is going to try to go too wide. It looks like 17 almost went. And see, Guerrero in that 18 is definitely going very high. Oh, the 14 looks like he just took out the 51. And the 51 is hard into the back or into the side of Yates, or is that Yates 20 to 25. And that definitely looked like it was a takeout. Like it was not even, it didn't even look like it was an accident. And look, for the most part, everybody else was clean. But we're definitely going to take a look at that. As we take a look, it looks like they started to almost go 3 wide, but it looks like the 14 just went straight into the that back back left corner of the 51 and just took him out. And then basically hit him again, and just both of them are going to start sliding back into the track. That 99 looks like he's going to miss it just barely. And then the 25 is just wrong place, wrong time. The 51 trying to get back up to speed. And the 38 just hard into the side of the 14. And then everybody just trying to stay out of the way. And here comes the 29. Barely misses. And yeah, just stays out of the way. So yeah, the 14, it looked like just the 14 just took him out. Let me take a cockpit view. We take a look. Does he turn into the 51? It looks like he turns a little bit into the 51, a little bit. And then just slides up back into the track. And just gets slammed hard by that, I think, Parker 38 car. Yeah, definitely Definitely an interesting wreck there. It looks like the 14 dumps the 51 and collects a couple of cars with him. We'll get back to live and then see who all else is still in this race. Take a look. Looks like we are down to 11 cars. So yeah, the 14 is back out. Though it does look like the 51 is still racing, so didn't take him out. But it looks like Bowers in the 05 car still leading. Yeah, looks like heavy damage to the 6, the 51. Oh, 24 got some damage. I don't know what the 10 hit a bunch of different cars. 29 for the most part looks clean. The 99 kind of looks clean. I know that 18 got some damage. The 17 got damage. The 2 overall didn't look like he's got too much damage. 9 I know got a lot of damage on him. And then the 05, not sure how much damage he's had as he's been in the lead the last couple of laps. So we're on lap 41 of 48 as we fast forward to see. We are on the last caution lap. We're on 42. As we can almost fit everybody that's still running in this little standings window. We're coming up to lap 43 of 48. Wonder if we still get a crash on the first lap of green flag, or are we going to be able to get at least one more lap of green flag? I think we might be able to. Really depends on if these last, I think, 11 cars crash or not. Yeah, 11 cars. So if they crash on lap 1, then I think we still will have at least maybe a green, white, checkered. But we will have to see how clean they run, as this caution flag caused by the 14 taking out the 51, but the 51 ended up not getting taken out as he's sitting right there in 10th place. So we'll see if anybody else tries to take him out. As here comes the pace car into the pits and seeing if the 05 can get a good start. He doesn't have that many cars to stay in front of, but all it takes is one. We can take off the standings, and the 05 gets a decent run on the 9. They look, the top 3 are kind of pulling away. Those first half lap at least, they don't have the speed to hit the wall, at least for the most part. So they are going too wide, heading into this corner, going 159. So really, it only really matters on this second corner right here as the 10 just zips past the 99, not wanting to go next to him as the 05 into the wall. Are they going to save it? Looks like they did save it. I don't know if they're going to warrant a caution or not. No caution, so they're going to go at least another lap. Yeah, that was probably one of the first laps. There was no caution. Nobody spinning? Nope, nobody spinning. There goes Jarvie trying for the lead. As the 05 is going very high and barely does not clip him. As again, nobody's getting turned, as here comes the 2 of Kim trying to pass the 9 of Jarvie. Definitely going to get a huge push by the 17. As we'll see if he's able to complete this corner before the 9 bumps into the wall. Oh, looks like the 9 stayed out of it. Overall, We'll see. Does the 29 and 51? I don't think they've got the speed to hit the wall. Here on lap 44, so I think there's another caution. It may be the end of the race. As the 2 now is going to maybe go slamming into the wall. Oh, there goes the 17, and there goes the 05. And the 10, we'll see. Oh, the 10 almost got just slammed. They are going to be racing back to the line, as that may end the race right there. So it's whoever gets back to the line, which may be Kim, but it may also be Jarvie. It really depends. Yes, the 10 is passing his teammate there. So it looks like it may be Jarvie, as that should end the race, as they were actually able to stay a couple of laps before the crash. We'll also see if there's anybody going to take a pit stop right now. Really hope nobody takes a pit stop, as they're basically just giving positions away if they do. Because we're all at 46 of 48. Please nobody take a pit stop. That would be very disappointing for them. Because I don't believe there will be a green flag. I mean, there may be the last lap a green flag. I don't think so, as it does look like nobody's taking a pit stop. So it looks like everybody thinks the same as me. Yeah, doesn't look like anybody's going to take a pit stop, so no dumb crew chiefs or anything like that. As they come to get, I believe, should be the white flag, right? There's a white flag, and that will end the race. So it looks like Jarvie in the 9 car is going to win this race with heavy side damage. I think everybody's got right side damage. I think everybody, at least once or twice in this race, slammed into the side of the wall. Probably extremely hard too. So I know Jarvie got actually saved a few times. I think he was saved once by the 10. He ended up hitting the wall, almost turning, but ended up hitting the 10 and then getting straightened back out. But overall, it was a interesting race. Definitely a ton of cars are gone. 11 cars still running, but no car is a lap down. So that's definitely interesting. Not too many cars had to sit in the pits for a long time, as we are coming to get the checkered flag. Jarvie in the 9 winning the race. I believe it's his first race. It isn't just an exhibition, so it's not an official race, but still, you know, a win is always good to get. At least showing sponsors and teams that yes, I can win a race, even if it's a crazy race that everybody's just slamming into each other. And here comes Jarvie for the win. And there's checkered flag. Jarvie wins the Indianapolis Exhibition Carnage event. So overall crazy race. We take a look at the official standing. Jarvie wins. Kim in his first, or I guess second race, comes in second, followed by Mass, Willis, Reeves, Guerrero, Ward, Pitch, Torres, Barker, and Bowers all finished the race. And then of course Green finishing last place, the first car to get out. I'm gonna guess 14. All right, so it's like what? All right, so it is 1 o'clock. You know, I think I'm gonna do the truck race tomorrow morning. Since there's only, you know, one player car in that race, and if you want, you can watch, or you can watch just the replay whenever you have a chance. So definitely thanks for joining me. Congratulations to the winners today, and thank you everybody for joining me. It's basically a long stream here for 2 races. So thanks for joining me. I will see you all next